This is a practice exercise from tutorial 6, exercise 2. Let's go ahead and start this exercise. What I would like to demonstrate with this Z axis alignment is rather how you can rapidly start moving and creating your design. So what we're going to do is we are going to try to make it in a quick manner so that we can demonstrate how you can start moving fast. Let's take a look at what we have. So this is the isometric view. This is the top view. So we have this profile. This is symmetric and towards the middle. So like this external shape is the same from both sides. So we can actually take the center 0, 0 here and start with a circle. Do we have the radius of the circle? Yep, it's 15. So we can start with a circle. 15, does it say where the center is? It's somewhere in here. And what do we have information? What do we have information? Okay, so we have the full length is 35 and we have from here to here 28.29. So from here to the center, to O, to the point O. So the center is somewhere here, but from here to point O, it is 35 minus 28.29. And then we go up like this, come back in here. So we can create that. Taking into account the top view, we can create one circle, 2, 3 circles, and looking at the bottom view, there is a fourth circle. So there is a circle somewhere in here. Let's see this AA here. Okay, so you can see the fourth circle is not a blind through. This is why we don't see it, so it's not going all the way up. So we can position these 4 circles, extrude this pad for 16 minus 8, so 6, and then come back and create that profile on the top and extrude it with 8. So that's one way to do it. Let's go ahead and try to demonstrate how we can create it quick. So let's click on the sketch on the XY plane. Then we're going to create a profile. That profile we're going to go in the vertical, then move to a 3-point arc, then continue along the vertical, finalize the shape of what we have, and click here. Then let's go ahead and put first of all the master dimensions. This is always useful to put them before you do any other dimensions. This can help you set. I'm gonna drag this one a little bit down. So let's put the radius of 15 in here, and then I'm gonna stop this one and I drag it down so that it doesn't get messed up, because I know that I'm going to change this to 60.8. And then finally we need to put a location between the horizontal and the center point. This one is going to be equal to 30.4. This is halfway through. And so if you see this is still white, because you can still move it and make it bigger, although it is centered. What is still missing is this dimension from this point to this point that is equal to 28.29. So now that we have this, so we are looking at the top view, we have to create our 4 circles. So I'm going to double click on circles, deactivate any creation, and I'm just going to go ahead and create 4 random circles like this without any constraints. Then we're going to activate the constraint creation. I'm going to start putting the dimensions from the circles to all of them. Do I have the dimensions to the center or to the circle? I have them to the center. So it is better to delete this one and double click again and then take from the center to these values. So this is a little bit how you can move very, very fast by, starting to integrate everything that you've learned. And what I would like is that when you're practicing this exercise is to try to do it as fast as you can. So, and try to time yourself, try to repeat it several times This is a exercise. There is no complexity, but rather this one requires like you to try to move as fast as you can. So we have the external dimensions, right? I'm looking at the top view. It would be good to put the different dimensions that we have. This is 6, this is 6, and this diameter, I cannot see what it is. So from the top view, so I'm going to look at the bottom view. It shows me 8.25 on this one. So 8.25. And on the other one, it shows me 8.5 and 4 and 4. So let's go ahead and while we are at, oops, this is not the diameter. This is the diameter. And this one at 4 and this one at 4. Now, looking into the dimension, so I'm looking at the top view. You cannot really see the circle from the top view because it's hidden with a little protrusion, but I can see it in the bottom view. The dimensions are, this one is 6.75 and this one is somewhere here. Where are you? Here, it's 14.5. So 14.5. Now for the other one, the other two circles, they are 10 and 7.2, 7.2. So let's go ahead and put, that was not far, 7.391, so 7.2, and then it is equal to 10 from each side. Unless I messed up something, these values should be right. Well, actually, I did mess up. The 7.2 is on the sides and the 10 is from the top. So this one is actually 7.2 and this one is 7.2 and these are the 10. Actually, there is a way you can right click and control and select and make them all the same. So now that, so let me go ahead and show you this. So you can actually select both of them, right click and put selected and make them what we call edit equivalent dimension. So let me just demonstrate that for a second. So I'm going to do this as 6 and this as 8. And then what you can do is you can select this, right click, selected object, edit equivalent dimension, and then put, you know what, they are 10. And this will update all of them at the same time and make sure that they are equivalent dimensions. So this is just one way to do it. I'm going to exit the sketch and extrude it by 8 millimeters. So I'm going to put it in the view. This is the right view. It looks like there is a fillet. What's the dimension of the fillet around? It is 4. So we'll go ahead and add this fillet of 4. So radius 4. So we're going to like corner 1, 2, 3, 4. You can maintain the control pressed and select. So now that we have all of them, we can actually go ahead and put our fillet of 4 millimeters, click OK, and now we have it. So now to move on to the next part, we're going to click a sketch on this space. I am going to bring this side to me. So I projected, oh, I don't know what I projected. That was not my intention. All I want is this edge. So I'm going to project this edge. It is forcing me to project all of it. That's not an issue. So I'll go ahead and do it, take it. I'll put it as a construction element. And then we are going to create a rectangle. This rectangle is going to be, let's make the view this way. This rectangle have a 12 by 27. So this is what I'm trying to create in here, is this element. So 12 by 27, and then we're going to apply the fillet. I always like to do the fillets in the end and extruding it by another 8. So let's go ahead and do that, a rectangle, and this rectangle. Let's see if this would work, dimension from this to this. Well, 0, that's good, I like it. So, and now we click on this one, and then we click on this one, the dimension, and it is done. All we have to do is, so what is moving? Oh, it is moving along, yes, because we have to also put a dimension between the horizontal and this one. So this is how you can verify, well, like the way that you saw me moving it up and down, that's the way to verify. like what dimension, what constraint is still missing. So this is 3.5, this is 27, and this is 12. All right, cool. So we close this one, we extrude if we didn't do any mistake. Now that works perfectly. Not so perfectly. There is a little, let's see it again in the isometric view to see if this is how it should be. Well, it doesn't really show it. Well, we did respect all dimensions, so it does look like perhaps there is a thing over here. So 12. Okay, so what we can do, okay, I know what we can do. What we can do is we can delete the edge fillet from here, like remove this element. So we can come here and this edge in here, if we know which one it is. This one is what? Okay, so we remove this one, preview, okay. So I just removed this edge just so that I can do this one first. So perhaps it would have worked having them both, but let's see. Aha, that's interesting. Yeah, it works better this way. All right, so I mean, this is hierarchy of filleting, and this is let's go ahead and try it here. I don't know if it's gonna like it by doing it at the same time, but you know what? We wouldn't know unless we test. And voila! Here we have our part, quick, easy, and so on. All right. So what I would like from you to do as you're doing this tutorial is to do it and try to time it and redo it and try to get yourself to do it in less than 3 minutes. That's the goal. Thank you so much.